Hello, everyone, and we are back with another episode of the Fara podcast. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you follow, do all of the above, okay? We're going to leave it right up here so you can subscribe to us and make sure you on our trail. Now, the person that I have sitting with me is no other than the one and the only. She wears a million hats. She's a spectacular mom. She's a CEO, a visionary CEO to be exact. She is a luxurious real estate mogul and also a big supporter of women empowerment. And she really, really shows that too. It's my girl, the one and lonely, Miss Ginger.
Hey,
How you
doing?
How you doing, my love?
I'm good.
You look so good.
You do too, my
Thank
darling.
you. Where do we even start? Let's start with how we met. Shout out to Danielle Jeter. We actually met through her, doing one of her courses.
Shout out, Coach.
Right? Because we both elevated in that class
100%.
now. I'm not even gonna lie. We both took what we got for that class and put it to the pedal. And what is it? Pedal to the metal. And now we good.
Yeah.
Now we good. You was able to lose that job and become what?
Secure another multi-million-dollar contract.
Period. And it wasn't one, it was
two.
Okay. You heard right. Multi-million-dollar contracts over here, baby. All I want to associate is with people that do that, okay? I just want to associate myself with people that do that. Wine, please. Cheers to you coming on the show. Appreciate you so much.
Anytime.
So, how did you meet Danielle?
So, I actually met Jeter from another, I'm really big, like I said, on women empowerment. And so there are so many different women that inspire me and have spoken my name in rooms when I'm not there.
Amen.
And I have a sister that she actually recommended me to serve in another room for a phenomenal woman. Most people probably know her. Her name is Shayla. She's a celebrity vocal coach, mastermind.
Amazing. Just amazing.
Right? And I love you.
Shout out to Shayla.
Yeah. And so I was sitting there and I was actually, serving the other ladies that she had in her inner circle that day. And Jeter actually happened to be one of the individuals that was coming in showcasing more so about public relations or PR, what she has mastered in such a short period of time. And I was so taken aback because I know marketing, but I didn't know the magnitude of what PR is. And so when she did it, I knew that I wanted to connect with her afterwards. And I took the leap to connect with her because I know in order for me to expand all of my brands, I needed public relations now that I had a clear understanding of what those were. And ever since then, I took off. We had our first conversation. She explained what it was, and I asked her, how can we start?
I'm not even gonna lie. I think the same thing happened with me. I was so impressed with this. First of all, you can't get me to buy into nothing. I'm gonna think it's a scam every time. I don't care how much rooms you done filled up. I don't care. But the way she broke it down, and I want to say we had like a 2-hour conversation on our consultation call, and it turned into like a real conversation. And if you can have a real conversation with me while you're selling me something, because let's be real, that's what she's doing. Then you deserve a shot. And I was just like, you know what? I said to myself in 2024, I am going to invest in me. And that's what I'm going to do. Instead of taking this money and going and buy whatever, I'm going to take this money and I'm going to invest it in myself. And I'm going to get myself where I need to go. It's not a lot of money to y'all, but it's a lot of money to me. I've probably spent more than like $3,000-$4,000 in the past year just trying to rebrand and trying to learn and trying to get products and equipment and just everything to make this podcast happen. And just my brand, period, the Fara Project, because that's the brand. Absolutely. This is the podcast. So what makes you want to invest in yourself?
So being in corporate for over 20 plus years and just having, always, having what we consider stability, being in the corporate, spectrum, it was always that, you go to school, you get your degrees, you land a great job and your life is secured. Well, being in corporate for such a long period of time has taught me that on top of those things and stability in doing those things, you also have to chase your purpose and your passion. And in order for you to chase your purpose and your passion, it requires you to always invest in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And what you don't realize sometimes is that when you're getting those additional degrees or you're getting those additional certifications or you want to learn more things, that's an investment. And so if you're not good for you, how can you be good for anybody else? You know, if you're not doing good, you can't look at it, oh, I have a great job. No, you're there at that particular employer for you to get the experience, but your career is what you've built.
Mm-hmm.
And that requires for you to invest. So I always believe in going above and beyond. Even with my companies, when I started owning businesses and opening businesses, I always took it very serious and I knew, okay, if I don't know something, then I need to invest or I need to, it could be from buying a book to getting a mentor to having a coach to, you know, just self-care, self-reflection.
And that's a big one.
Self-love. Therapy. I'm a huge believer in therapists. I have therapists when those days become overwhelming. All of those things are just really investing in yourself in order for you to be great. I want to be a great wife without investing in myself. I wouldn't be a great mother without investing in myself. I definitely would not be anywhere near sitting on as many platforms and completing as many projects as I have if I didn't invest in myself. I'm going to invest in myself literally until the day that I die.
Every time.
Absolutely. So how you said it might not be a lot of money to someone else, it's not even about the value of the money. It's about the value that you bring to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So if that requires me to spend 20,000 or 50,000, whatever that requires me to do, I'm going to do that because that's the level and that's the standard that I've set for myself. However, it doesn't make me any better or any less than because I have some people that I know, their numbers are astronomical compared to what I want to do. But I just feel that it gives us a standard, something to work towards. So it's great that you're working for it. You're doing phenomenal.
Yeah,
I think you're doing
so
amazing.
Much. Thank you so much. Y'all heard Miss Ginger? 20 to 50,000. Me 3,000-4,000. Huge difference. But you know, it's women like yourself, and it's so funny because you grow up. Well, let me just speak for me. I grew up knowing that I was here for something, knowing that I was special, knowing that I was blessed. Like I've always knew that and felt that, but you get lost along the way sometimes and you lose that sometimes and you got to get it back. And so when I meet women like yourself that are so confident, that are successful, that have failed, got back up, failed, got back up, and still going. And then, you know, to reach, okay, so if you don't mind me saying how, you know, in the beginning of our course, when we started, it was a 6 to 8 weeks course. And in the beginning of the course, when we first got on the call, my goal was to be a motivational speaker. That was my goal. My goal was to be a motivational speaker. I think it was like make 10 grand a month, like, you know, and Miss Ginger was just like, I hate my fucking job. Like, I just hate my job. Like, I don't care how much money I make. I'm just so over this. I just want to tap into what I want to do. And I want to say on our last day, she announced that she gave her job the 2-week notice and she had got the 2 multi-million-dollar contracts. And I was just like, you know, when you, again, start something, it's like you got faith. For me, you got faith, but you still like, is this gonna work? But when she said that, and then when I had seen how far I came and how I started getting those influential speaker gigs and stuff like, I was like, oh my God, Miss Ginger, we both did it. Like we both really came in this class and said what we wanted to do and did it. So stuff like that really inspires me. Like you inspired me from the get-go. Remember I met you and your arm was broken or something like that. And she was still typing and taking notes.
It was truly broken. It was like this.
Yeah.
And it was the most uncomfortable. I had a pillow under my arm, remember, and like sitting down because I had just recently got into a 6-car accident and I was the first car. And so I still deal with the pain, but you'll never know it.
Exactly.
And you'll never know it.
And she showed up every Tuesday. We met every Tuesday, her and that arm, couched up like this, and we've taken our notes. So my thing to you is, because this is what I hate. I hate a fake woman empowerment lady. Absolutely. I ain't even going to say what I want to say. I hate when, because I truly believe this. If you want to see me win, you help me. Period.
Right.
Period. Like, I get 1,000,001 people every day. Hey, girl, keep going. Anything you need, anything you need, anything you need. They don't mean that shit.
Right.
Because when it comes down to anything I need, they don't got it.
Right.
And it's just like, just tell me good job and keep it pushing. Like, don't try to give me this fake love, or now that you see me going somewhere, you trying to get in now. Like, no, because a couple months ago when it was all women empowerment, you was saying that, but you wasn't really doing that. See, I'm a girl, I'm gonna put you on, and I'm gonna put you on to everything. And sometimes it kicks me in the butt, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna hold back. If you say, hey, I'm trying to act, if I know an acting coach, if I know a director looking for an actress, or if I know a play going on, one coming soon, I'm gonna put you on.
Right.
You know what I mean? It don't matter. I'm gonna just put you on. That's the kind of woman that I am. So when I don't get that same love back, it kind of hurts my feelings, but I'm learning to look past it. I'm learning to brush it off, because it's gonna keep happening. Because I understand that I am a very how you call that? Like, I'm intimidated. Like when I walk in a room, women that are not strong enough put their head down and they start to hate, or they start to question, or they start to, and it's like, okay, cool. But the women that are on the same frequency as me, like a woman like yourself, yeah, you're gonna see me, girl, you look good. You look good too.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So how do you feel about the fake women empowerment people?
So it's funny that you say the fake women empowerment, because being a leader, I've never considered myself a boss. Don't care for that word much.
But she is.
Right. If you call me that, you call me that. But because just from the definitive side of things, I prefer being a leader. And the main thing about being a leader, and I've always been a leader, even from a little girl, is because you have those innate traits. Whereas, like you said, if it's something that I can help you elevate, I'm going to help you elevate within reason. Because at the same time, you have to understand, I understand where you're coming from, and you're a hard worker. But, you know, from a woman in certain positions or in certain levels, even for men as well, you will encounter those people that will use you up and exhaust you. So you have to be very cautious of who you're giving that time to. Time is very valuable. We can never get time back. We can replace a lot of things, but we can't replace time. So, for example, when you have a mentor or you have a coach, some people might say, oh, it's not worth it. You know, it's not worth it. But if this person has already done what you're trying to do, it's documented, it's verified, you can see it, they're there, they use the right words, they have the facts that's behind it, they've showed their value. So you have to just be mindful. And I'm real big on praying. I pray before I do anything. I believe in the spirit of discernment. If a person, like you say, frequency, I call it the spirit of them. If I'm around you and if you feel dark with me, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not going to allow you to mentor me for sure, nor coach me, because I know that your spirit and my spirit don't align. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean I'm a bad person. It just means that we're not good for each other.
And that's it.
It's like a romantic relationship, right? When the time is done, the time is done. Until you find that one. And when you find that one, you just know.
You know.
It's just something that you know. And it's the same way. So with women empowerment, first of all, let's just be real, because I'm going to be completely honest and very real. Some people have used the word women empowerment and totally diluted it.
Amen.
It's just a horrible thing. I want people to stop. If you're not truly trying to empower other women, stop. If you're trying to make money from the word women empowerment, women empowerment, stop. If you're a woman and you don't like to be women, stop. If you're a woman and you don't have women friends, stop.
Oh my gosh.
Because you're not in women empowerment. Because there is no way that you could be a woman and say, hey, I do women empowerment, but yet I don't see you a one woman friend. Absolutely not. I have so many different powerful women, and I mean powerful, not by the money that they make, because some women don't make nowhere near what I make. But when I look at them, I be like, I love her.
That aura.
I love her.
That aura.
It could be something that she says to me, or we can see each other and you will think that we've known each other for a lifetime. That's what women empowerment is. Like you said, if I cannot help you grow or guide you in the right direction, it's not that, hey, Miss Ginger, if you got a glass of wine, I don't have a glass of wine because this is my glass of wine, but I can lead you to where I got the wine from. That's actually better.
Amen.
Because I'm guiding you to acquire the wine so that you would know, or I'm teaching you to have options, because that's the way life is.
Instead of you giving it to me,
Absolutely.
you teach me how to get it. So that way I don't even gotta ask you.
Because honestly, do people respect things that's free?
No, they don't.
We give out so many free resources in the community, right? It's always free resources, this and that and the third.
People don't even be knowing about it. Mm-hmm.
They know a lot of them, but they don't. And it's the same way with women empowerment. I can have all the conferences I want, all the networking I want. I can meet you all day long. But if the only ultimate goal I have for you is to make a buck, I am not empowering you. I am selling you something. Mm-hmm. And I am great at sales because that is what I do. That is the aura of all of my businesses. And I'm pretty good at it, if I may say so myself. But women empowerment is actually tapping into where you need it the most from a woman's perspective who actually cares. And the way that I'm going to show that I care is because I'm going to get to know you. I'm going to ask those questions without being intrusive. I'm not going to do things because I want to be nosy. I'm going to actually identify the pain points that you have, and I'm going to help you elevate. I'm going to hold you while you're down. I'm going to pick you up off the ground. I'm going to teach you that your face is not supposed to be aimed towards the ground. It's supposed to be up.
Yeah.
I was talking to my brother recently, one of my brothers, because I got a few. I was talking to one of my brothers. Yeah, some of them, they all right.
Okay.
Yeah. And just recently, probably a couple of weeks ago, and I told him, I said, bro, you know what? I say, God is so magical and so magnificent that when he created the human body, he gave us a spine. And if you ever looked at an x-ray and you see the design of the spine and how curved it is, but that spine still, when it gets to the head of the neck, you see how it elevates up, right? Neither time did God design you with that spine turned down. So which means that he did not design you to walk around with your head down. He designed you in his likeness and his image to have your head always up. So when you walk with your head up. Smile on your face. Because in order for you to have great posture, which we like to say you have great posture, and prostrate yourself, that spine should be up, not down. Because if you walk around with a complete bent spine all the time, you're going to have way more problems than
you're going to get scoliosis. That's what you're going to get.
So when it comes to the fake women empowerment, I think I summed it up when I said, if you don't like being a woman or you don't like women, stop saying that you are an ambassador, you do women empowerment. You don't.
Yeah.
Because you don't like women.
It grinds my gears.
Oh, I don't have any women friends. But you going to a woman empowerment event, sis, make up your mind.
What you want to do?
What do you want to do? I don't understand.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, I don't understand, because right now you seem a little confused, or if not, you seem hurt.
You know how everybody's saying, like, they can never make me hate you. You've been seeing that on Instagram lately? Like, Sha'Carri, like, just regular people, they be like, oh, they can never make me hate you. That's how I feel about women. Like, you don't know how many women friends I done been through. I mean, we done been at it. And it's like, I keep getting more, and I keep falling in love with them. My producer is a new friend, and guess what? I love her to death. Like, I'm never going to hate women. That's just not in me. I love women.
Because how could you hate something that you are?
I don't know, but
how can you hate something that you are? It makes no sense. It just makes it's a whole nother topic. I'm not gonna get on because we'll be
all day.
We'll be here. Black men hating.
Don't worry, we'll do a part two. We'll do a part two.
Because the black men hating the black women thing is really starting to piss me off. Excuse my French.
Well, hold on. Before we move on, what do you mean by that? Because I want to touch on that. The black men hating the black women. You feel like they do, or you feel like people saying that is stupid?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both. I feel what I honestly feel like, right? And it grinds my gears because I'm a black woman and I absolutely love being a black. Absolutely, sis. I absolutely love being a black woman. I'm glad God didn't make me no other way.
Me too.
Because when I walk in a room, from corporate to business to first class to economy to industry, I'm a black woman, period. And I need you to understand, what did I say? One of the things I always say was one of my marks in corporate America. And when I walk in a room, I identify as a black woman because I'm a black woman. You're not going to take this success and give it to no other race because I deserve this. My ancestors built me into be this person. I'm a black woman. I'm not a strong black woman. I'm a powerful black woman.
Woo! You make sure you mark that.
Yeah.
I am not a strong black woman. I'm a powerful black woman, and I will never say strong black woman again. Yeah. We are powerful black women.
It's so much power. Like they said, how you just said, you keep going through it. You were going through it, but you don't understand why you just keep getting new women friends. It's the reason why, because the people that were there originally weren't supposed to be there. So you got a better replacement. When you order something from Amazon and you get it and it don't work, what do?
Ship it back, they get it, yep.
You return it to sender, correct? Yeah. Okay, so when you return it to sender, now they send you something better, and normally it does what?
It works.
Absolutely. And that's just the way this thing goes. It's just the way.
I love her metaphors. Like, it's true though.
Yeah, it's just so, the way that it goes.
Because you be like, so hurt when it don't work out. And it's just like, okay, so this is what I think when my women relationships don't work out. I'm not a woman that, if me and you don't work out as friends, I'm not going to spread your business. Now, don't get me wrong, right? If we got a mutual friend that I know is going to keep whatever we got going on between, I might tell her all your business because I'm mad, but I know she going to keep it. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to go online and tell your business. I'm not going to go to strangers and tell your business. Like, I'm going to keep that because I want you to keep whatever you got of me. Right. Keep that, sis.
I didn't even experience
Don't
that.
let it go nowhere. You know what I mean? So I be trying to hold on to these friends because I just feel like sometimes I feel a little envy. So I feel like, oh my God, they know this about me. And as soon as I get, you know, to a certain point or whatever, they're going to say it. And lately I just been like, fuck them. Say it. Whatever you know, just say it.
Because let me tell you something. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, the higher you grow, the more they know. When I tell you the higher you grow, the more they know. Believe me, you will have people. Why you think in politics, you will have something from 1986 or something like that brought up in 2024. Because it's just a mechanism to discredit you. I've gone through that to where I actually had to go to take someone to court because of slandering my name and doing it on social media and all of those things.
Oh wow!
And it was a close family member.
A family member.
Right. But the beauty of it is that what it did was taught me a very valuable lesson. It taught me how to be so resilient to where nothing bothers you. It's just like, you know what? Let me tell my own story before you even try to tell it, because at least get the facts right. So when you telling a story, you don't got to lie about it. You don't have to guess about it. You don't have to do anything. But guess what it didn't do? It didn't stop this glow up at all. They actually enhanced it. Right? So did it stop any of my companies? It didn't. That was the only reason that I had to consult with my legal team, was because of the fact of the type of, companies that I'm, intertwined with, and businesses that I own. Certain things that were said could have affected those things and stopped a lot of things. So I had to go the legal route. Did not pursue it any further than the first, court thing. But just the fact that if your family member can do something like that to you, imagine what a stranger would do to you. But I always just say, stay lawyered up, because the higher you get, I'm guaranteeing you right now. Why do you think when people have businesses, they always say, have you consulted with your legal counsel? It's a reason for those things. And it's scary. Like even being in real estate, sometimes we have certain deals that we have to have our attorneys close or oversee documents, because you don't want to slip.
Things can happen,
It takes one bad show to stop an entire lifetime. So like Danielle said, when you have things like PR and social media people and your entire team behind you, your production teams, they kind of like your front line. They say, hey, we heard the bad publicity. We got to find a way to turn that around.
Let's fix it.
Like when we were behind the scenes, remember I said, it don't really matter if somebody say something bad to me, because I know how to block those and turn it around. And I'm going to answer your question without even going into it. And you got to also know how to mind your mouth. Don't just get on TV and just blah, blah, blah. When I'm going to tell you about this person or social media, it doesn't do you, in my opinion, it's my opinion, because some people make money from it. I don't choose to do that. But in my opinion, my family, my career, my profession, my businesses, and my future is so much more important than me trying to go back and forth with somebody to prove you wrong. I don't care. Say whatever you want to say. Because the minute I respond, I look worse than you.
I always think about Beyonce. Beyonce don't answer nobody. You know what she do? She be petty and she'll put something in a music video, or she'll put something on and her nails will say fuck you or something
Absolutely.
like that. Like, I love the way she deals with when the media is trying to attack her. And don't get me wrong, I'm so far from Beyonce because I will cuss your ass out in a minute. But I've learned since I started this journey right here, this podcast, just because lately I've been really public with everything. You know,
Absolutely.
I'm on Instagram. I'm doing all this stuff, and I love it, and I'm getting some great feedback. But
you also got to be very careful too, because the thing is that, like you said, you've been growing it and it's been glowing, and you've been doing an amazing job. I'm super, super, super proud of you, and that's very important. So why would you allow someone to diminish something that you worked hard for by going back and forth with one individual? It's approximately 8.4 billion people in the world.
Yeah.
Why would you argue with a few?
Yeah. No.
Or that one or two people that
absolutely
that peanut gallery that they don't like you. They don't even know why they don't like you, but they just, because it's comfortable for them. Hey, I don't like her. I don't know why.
They know why, because they ain't you. Okay. That's why they don't like you.
And guess what? When I go and cover up in my silk sheets at night with the air blowing, and they be saying the wind beneath my wings doesn't bother me. It doesn't. You can't. We gotta stop allowing everything to bother us, because they talked about Jesus Christ.
Amen.
They're going to talk for the remainder of your life, whether you do something great. You could go save an entire country right now. Save the entire country, do everything great.
And they're going to talk about how you cheated on your wife.
Thank you. Or they're going to talk about when you stole a lollipop out of the corner store when you were 6. What can you do about it? Mm-hmm. So now you're calling me a thief because I took a lollipop when I was a kid. But they're going to blow it up so bad, to where people in this world, they're so sensitive now that they honestly would be, well, how could you support that person? They stole a lollipop when they were 6.
Girl, bye.
I was a kid. I didn't even know how much the lollipop
I didn't even know it was on sale. I thought it was free.
I didn't even know. I don't even remember the lollipop at this point. But it's just the point of,
no.
That's how I couldn't even fathom, for example, going back to the women empowerment. And I've had some sisters, they're not even friends no more, that we've been intertwined since we were children. You wouldn't be able to come into me and even sit with me and say anything negative about them at all and think that I'm going to accept that. Because I feel like the minute that I accept the conversation, I'm betraying my friend. And am I really being a friend by even entertaining this negativity? No.
All right,
we can't do that.
Talk about it, sis.
So the more that you get to your level, I want you to learn to let it go. Mm-hmm. And the reason why, because you're raising a little queen, and you want her to be at a completely different level than you are, as well as myself, as well as anybody else. Also teach her to understand her emotions and express herself, for sure, and be assertive, all those good things. But also, we have to start teaching our children now that you do not have to respond to everything.
You don't.
Because everything doesn't deserve a response. And I had to learn, like I said, I had to learn it the hard way, because the opposite of you, I used to be the one that would take it all in.
Really?
Yeah, really. I would take it all in.
You wouldn't say nothing?
I wouldn't say anything.
I don't get that from you. I feel like you used to snap, crackle, and pop back in your day.
No, it's called ethereal evolution. I have evolved.
Really?
I was one of those ones, honestly, that would take it all in and just go in a corner and just cry and be timid.
Really?
Absolutely. So this sitting here is someone who had to learn how to fight through all the mess and really find her purpose and really find that understanding of do what you want to do, focus on you, because what everybody else wants you to do or what they say, it doesn't matter. Honestly, I had to find that.
It don't.
And the only thing that taught me that was life and life experiences and being hurt. Not once, not twice, but a few times.
Jeez, that's what I'm telling you. It is such, it's funny. Me and my best friend just said it. I'm going to say this and then we're going to wrap and then, go on to the next session. But my friend was like, it ain't no hurt like a friendship hurt. She was like, that hurts more than like a relationship.
Because you trusted that person.
What? And you chose to trust that person. Like your family, you don't got no choice. That's your family. I guess a man you know, men and women, that relationship is different. You know what I mean? That hurt is different. And sometimes you're going to keep it going. But when it's a friend that you trusted and you opened up yourself to and just gave them your all and then it doesn't work, like that hurt. That's the most hurt I've ever been, is losing friends. I'm talking about I cry and snot nose and everything like it's a real breakup, because it's like I cannot believe I can no longer talk to these people. I cannot believe, and I feel like it's God, so I really won't talk to you no more.
Right.
Like I really will cut you off and not talk to you no more.
Because you hurt.
Yeah, and I feel like this is God showing me who's in front of me, what's in front of me. So I'm not gonna disobey God, even though I may disobey in other things, not with my feelings and not with just a person, because people could hurt you. Hurt people, kill people. You know what I mean? I always think about Selena. Like, that lady was obviously hurt and she trusted that lady, and that lady killed her over jealousy.
Yep.
So when I see a little bit of, oh, I'm out. Peace. Absolutely. I ain't even giving you the time of day. But y'all, we're going to go ahead and take a little break, but we will be back with Miss Ginger. All right, y'all. So we're back, and y'all know how we do. We always do our selfie check-in. So do you know what selfie check-in is?
No.
Okay, so our selfie check-in is simple. You'll get on your Instagram, get on your story, and you're going to make a selfie motivational speech to yourself. I am Miss Ginger, and I am that girl. I done worked hard. I am a powerful Black woman. You know, whatever you want to say to yourself. So you get on your phone, whichever one you want. Ginger got 2 phones.
I do. For the people out there that's business people, you already know.
Okay.
You have more than one.
I only got 1 phone, but I soon get 2. I soon get 2 phones.
Okay, so I'm on my phone.
And you're going to get on your story.
Okay. And
you just going to talk to yourself. Motivate yourself. That's it.
Oh, Lord.
Yep.
Jesus. If I had a message to give my younger self, the message would be, stop worrying about what people say about you, because the future is so much brighter with you in it. Don't allow anybody to dim your light, because your personality is so big. Your charisma is so big. Just the way that you're going to light up the world is going to be so astronomical. And keep in mind that you're not a strong woman. You're a powerful, educated woman that shows up every day being a Black girl that rocks. And I love you. I wish you nothing but the best. And keep doing what you're doing.
Man, they be killing these selfie check-ins. That was so good. You might have to do a little women empowerment little seminar or something, Ms. Ginger, because you really, I'm telling you, from the first day in the class, man, I was just like, I love this lady. Like, I was so comfortable. Remember, I was telling y'all all my business in there. Like, it was just a safe space at one point. Like, when it was just me, you, and Jeter, like, it just felt like a really safe space where you could just let it all out. And y'all would give me some great advice. So my next question to you is your businesses, because you have several.
Right.
So what are the names of your businesses and what are they exactly?
So right now, actually, I'm the proud owner and founder of, it was formerly named Ginger Sales Luxury, but we actually under rebranding. And the new name of the global real estate brand.
Are we the first ones to get a new name?
You are the first ones to get the new name. So the new name is Ginger Lux Real.
Yeah.
And that's the new name and the new rebrand that's coming out September. We were scheduled to do it in August, but of course you already know my team and I was really neat, so I'm not gonna take away from my team. I had some setbacks, so it's coming out in September. My next company, of course, is Aurora Crescent Consulting. That's my consulting company. I'm the founder of GC Holdings Group, which is pretty much my corporate umbrella that holds all of my companies. And I'm not the owner of my husband's company, but since
technically,
I'm his wife,
I just about to say,
since I'm the wife, I kind of own it. But which is CTP Cooling Solutions, and that's a full service HVAC company, because he does specialize in HVAC from residential to industrial to commercial. So if you want to stay cool in the summer, holler at us.
Oh, that's AC.
Absolutely. Definitely. So
is he hiring?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
Find out if your husband hiring.
Because he haven't paid me yet. Somebody send him a note, say I need to be paid.
Find out. I know a couple brothers that could use a job.
Right. So basically the heart and soul of what I do, and I've owned things from so many different things. I've just always been an enterprising entrepreneur. Didn't even realize that it was going to be so much. So I started in real estate on the other side. I began in real estate as an investor. My family owns quite a bit of real estate. Dad been in development, from uncles to brothers. My grandparents, the beauty of it, my grandparents actually, when they first came here, they immediately purchased a home, which is the home that we lived in all of our lives. And they always taught us that you're never broke when you own real estate. And the more and more that I grew up, and I realized that when I would see uncles or family members, oh, I have land here, I have a house here, I have this here, I have this in the islands, I have that in the islands. And I started realizing as I got a little older, they got a little bit of change, like, because it's serious. And so then when I had my first opportunity, which I was very young, when I purchased my first home, I was what, 20, 21. And 22.
You purchased your first home at 21?
Absolutely. And 22 for the next one. And just been
Wait, you purchased your second home at 22?
Mm-hmm.
What? So how much properties you got right now?
Oh God, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Miss Ginger need to do a little class or something. I'm trying to invest in myself with Miss Ginger.
It's a lot. And so going into the development aspect of it, my bread and butter and the heart of the real estate, people always say, oh, you in real estate. I always tell them I don't do real estate. I am real estate. Like, that is who I am. That's the backbone of who I am. We have projects overseas right now, thanks to my family, because I can never take away from them. I just showed you some projects before. We was behind the scenes.
Real life houses.
Right. One of my clients right now, he and I have partnered to actually build out single family homes, but not average luxury single family homes from the ground up. That project is getting ready to be started here in Winter Park. Fara just saw them in the flesh. She saw the raw videos.
Did. And TFCP should do a live broadcast.
Absolutely, you definitely
at the
will.
Property, so we can talk about it.
100%, you definitely will. We are in negotiations. We secured the land overseas to build out a hotel. I'm going to do that project with my brothers. So that's been a good thing. But the biggest thing is that I've been getting a lot of global partners right now from all over the world. And let me tell y'all, being a Black girl in this space and not understanding in the beginning what the heck I was doing, I'll be honest. I didn't understand in the beginning what I was doing. I just knew I had a little bit of change. I needed to put that money somewhere. So I always heard, okay, go ahead and get you some real estate. I didn't know anything about it when I first started. How to pull money out, how to acquire other things. I didn't know that. But I had amazing mentors.
Not you got a question.
You started off with one property at 21.
Yeah.
And not knowing anything. How did you get the second one?
So getting
at 22.
Yeah. So at 22, getting the second one, I had phenomenal. When they tell you about mentorship and coaches, this is serious, guys. I need everybody to understand that if you can get your young children to have mentors and coaches from a young age, you would see the fruits of your labor. So I had phenomenal mentors at that time, where her name is Regina Poe. And if she's listening, Gina, I love you.
Shout out Miss Regina.
I love you. I miss you so much. Out of Boca Raton. In Boca Raton, the last time I haven't seen her in a while.
Oh.
So she was out of Boca Raton, and she kind of took me under her wing. And even though my family had been in real estate for a long time, acquired things, sometimes the more knowledge that you get, you have to go to different levels so that you can learn. Because I was also taught to, how can someone who's never acquired $1 million teach you how to manage it? So that was a thing, and I did that, and it's been on and popping ever since. And so just really understanding the magnitude of that and how you get lending or acquire money or how you fundraise, because everybody feel like, oh, in order for me to get this, in order for me to do this, I need a lot of money. You don't.
Remember, we were just speaking about it, and I was telling you, like,
you do not.
Don't get me wrong, like, everybody just sees this shining star in me, and they're like, oh, this and that, and you can do this, and I'm just like, well, where do I start? Like, how y'all get this funding and this money and this sponsorship?
I always say, find that person that you want to be like, because everybody has one.
Founder.
Locate the person that you want to be like and actually ask them how they did it. But don't just, when you ask them how did they do it, understand that they're going to tell you some things that you probably don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because in order for you to learn, you got to really understand the nights that they cried,
Mm-hmm.
the nights when it was rough,
Mm-hmm.
the days when it was tough, the days when deals would fall through, or the days when things wouldn't happen, the months when you wouldn't have anything, and how they just overcame those things in order to be so young and acquire those. The naysayers that I had to oversee. I had neighbors when I got my first home that one of the neighbors, his wife, was so nosy. She just could not believe this little black girl that's living here in Boca Raton, Florida, in this nice house, all this manicure stuff, owns this home. And she really would just, oh my God, every day it was just such a nagging question, an intrusive question.
And white people don't really, I don't know if they don't know that they do it, or if they do it and do it so what you call it?
I think she knew she did it because the husband was an actual police officer, and not once did he ever question me being there.
Mm-hmm.
And during the time when I was younger, you know what, I don't say this much, but my little brother, I was raising my little brother, so I had no choice but to make things work. And when I mean raising my little brother, I mean, if he was here, he would tell you, I raised him.
My best friend did
to the point of there was never anything that he ever wanted. So I always knew that I wanted more.
Mm-hmm.
And losing my grandmother at such a young age, you know, who was my best friend, it was just like, okay, what do I do next?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the thing. And so now, being where I'm at now, I'm still not where I want to be. I'm still not where I want to be.
But I love that though, because why get comfortable? Why, when you can be the biggest thing in the world, and
until,
you know what I mean?
Until my bank accounts look like a social security number. Not even, no, I correct that. Until my bank accounts look like a tracking number from USPS, I will not stop.
That is a lot of numbers. I just take the social. I
will not stop until my bank account looks like that. And I set my goals so high, because as long as I set them extremely high to where some people might see, and even when they look at this, they might be like, that's impossible.
No, it's not.
Nothing's impossible.
Not anymore, at least.
When a person becomes the president of the United States, you think at 2 years old, the parents like, I know they're going to be a president of the United States.
That's the truth.
No, but they know. They know what they want to do.
Exactly.
And as long as you know what you want to do, there's no stopping you. I always knew that I was supposed to be globally setting my foot, doing real estate deals, actually building, not just selling you a house. I don't get excitement from that. But if I could build you a building,
talk your talk,
and put my name on it,
talk your talk,
then that is the goal, and that's where I knew I wanted to be. So I knew that I wasn't going to allow anybody to stop me. Has it been hard sometimes? Yeah. My first year in real estate, I made $936. That was it. Did y'all hear me? My first year in real estate. Yeah. My first year, a year is 365 days, 12 months. My first year in real estate, I only made $936. And guess what? I never stopped, because that wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough, because I was making the connections. I was going out networking. I was doing all this cookie cutter stuff that wasn't working for me. And you know why? Because I wasn't being who I was.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't being the ginger that I like to be. I was following everybody else. Okay, maybe if I post like this, oh, maybe if I do this, okay, let me do this and let me do that. That didn't work for me. But when I started showing up as me and being who I am, putting my secret sauce on it, that's when things flourish. But imagine $936. Who can live off that for the whole year?
Nobody.
Oh, not even a kid. No. I think I spent more money than that on my kid. How can that, like you said, how did that happen? But $936, and I kid you not. But you know what? If I take full accountability for that, I wasn't putting in the work. God gave me a design plan, perfectly written out. I felt that I was going to do it my way. And I realized real quick that my way was truly the highway.
Amen. And that's how I ain't gonna lie. My biggest thing is accountability. If you're my friend, then you know you got to take accountability, and I'm always going to take accountability. And lately, Which I ain't gonna lie, I think maybe that's why this is working now, because lately I just been like, well, Fara, you're lazy. And you don't be doing all the work that everybody else doing, and you don't do this, and you don't do, like, I'm talking to myself, like, check your, like, you ain't doing nothing.
And stop being around yes people.
Stuff?
People who gonna yes everything, and people that's not afraid. You have to have shakers and movers. Like I have some friends, like my executive assistant, shout out to Will, I love you.
Shout out Will.
He will call me because he actually has my calendar, from doctor's appointments to dentist appointments. I gotta go outside and walk anything. He got my full calendar, personal life, professional life, anything. He will call me and say, hey, how did the doctor go? That's how open I am with him. That's how open I have to be with my team. I also have an overseas team. I would not be able to do a lot of this stuff by myself. So yes, people may see me, but just know it's a force behind me. Mm-hmm. And that force is not free. So y'all stop thinking that you're going to get everything for free. You got to pay people. You know, you have to pay in order for you to get where you're at. And another thing, if I cannot say anything else, for everybody out there, if you have a job, do not quit your job when you don't have a backup plan.
Please don't.
Use your job to fund the dream that you have.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Because all those years I've been in corporate, yeah, I use that good old corporate money to fund all my dreams.
And you were there for 20 years.
Yeah, and I would do it all over again.
And you are married.
Of course.
How long you been married?
And I use
to your
him
husband?
12 years.
12 years.
And I use him.
And I use him
to fund some of my dreams. No, but he's just my husband. Honestly, I'm sorry, babe, but sometimes I know I stress him out. But if I don't tell him enough, he's so phenomenal, because another aspect of my life that he does is that he allows me to be me.
Amen.
You know, even when our therapist asked him one time, you know, she has such a big personality. How do you deal with it?
Because he's very calm.
Yeah, he's
cool,
extremely calm, quiet, don't say much. People think something wrong with him. It's not. Let me tell y'all.
He just quiet.
Yeah. And he told her she keeps the relationship interesting. And I can imagine I do, because I am something else. But the love that he shows me and the support that he shows me, whether he states it out his mouth or not, he lets me rock.
Amen.
Like when I tell him I got a new dream, well, I'm a visionary. So it's like I'm this person that's laying in the bed and whoop, let me write this down. This sounds good. Mm-hmm. But I'm also the visionary that if I have a dream, once I write it down, I am going to act on that dream. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it fails. I'd rather it fail than me never act on it. Mm-hmm. And so that's what has always set me apart. Because if I said I wanted a house on a hill with a dog barking in the back and a pool and this and that and the third, I get that, because that's how hard I'm going to work. And
we all know actually writing stuff down is like magic on, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is about the pen to the paper or the pencil to the paper, but when you put it on that paper, it really comes to life. Because I try to do the notes on my phone and stuff like that. It never works for me. I never get nothing down. But if I take my book out, and I always have a journal, always, and I write my list, even bills. Like, I literally have to write my bills down for them to get crossed off. Like, I'm going to pay the light and I'm going to pay the rent. You know what I mean? Like, but like the little subscriptions or like, you know, little stuff that you kind of forget. I have to write them down so I can pay them off. Because if I don't, I'm going to just forget and it's going to be haywire.
Some things never change. Like, yeah. And y'all going to always hear me refer back to the Bible because I love the Lord. And
me too.
I do. And so, like he said, you write it down and you make it plain. Mm-hmm. So when you write something down, you're not remitting it to memory. You actually taking it from here because he drops a vision on you, right? Mm-hmm. And whenever you have that vision, you write it down so that now you have something to actually visualize. So now, from that, whatever you wrote down, you can actually write out a plan. Mm-hmm. And now you know you have that plan and that's how you work on it. So all of my ventures that I have ever had, from the first business that I've ever started, and by God's grace and mercy, they have all been successful. Thank you, Lord. But if I sat here and lied and told y'all that, oh, it's been so easy, I just went on site or I Googled something and it worked. No, I have lost money. I have done bad deals. I have had bad advice before. I have had bad relationships. I have been sued. Yeah, oh, no. I've been sued guess what though? Y'all still see the smile on my face? Because every last thing that I've gone through has taught me what not to do and what to do. Like I was sued for something that I didn't even do. But because I didn't know at the time, the liability portion that I still took by signing on the dotted line, it still was my fault.
Lord, that's like me in this van.
I had no choice because I signed on that dotted line. It was either that or I watch everything else be destroyed. I paid it. What can I do? Showed up to court.
Looking good. I know you did.
Absolutely. Trying to talk to the judge, y'all. She was like, no, sis, you're going to pay this money. And I was devastated. During that time, I was actually having my wages garnished, all this stuff. So when people be crying like, oh my God, I lost the money. Girl, do you understand what we have gone through? We have lost more than that. Trust me. It has been serious.
I literally have lost it.
I would not, right. But it taught you what not to do.
Exactly.
I would do it all over again.
And honestly, it taught me how strong I was. I've been spoiled my whole life. First of all, I was raised by my daddy, a good daddy at that, like a really good dad.
Good old
so my
black
dad,
father.
Beautiful black man. Shout out to my daddy. I was raised by him. Okay, yeah. Shout out to all the dads. I was raised by him, so I was spoiled. Got everything I wanted. Ate whatever I wanted. Like my dad was just amazing. So when I started dating, I started kind of dating the same thing. Like, you got to spoil me. You got to give me what I want. Da, 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 da. You got to love me, like really love me. So when I got out of my relationship last year, like my baby daddy did everything, like as far as bills and stuff like that. So I didn't know how to, not that I didn't know how to, I just haven't done it in so long. Like, girl, pay a rent.
Yeah,
who does that?
You was disgusted.
Like, what? I was like, and like honestly,
50%. Well,
that's why
I forgot math.
That's why it took me so long to walk away. Look, I was just like, because sometimes what's not serving you anymore, or when you're not serving someone. So it's like, I was just like, bro, you're gonna have to do all of this by yourself. But after a while, it was like, forget it. I'm gonna do it all by myself.
And you're doing it, right? And you
sure
doing
am.
Yeah,
sure am. I'm still mad at that rent every first, but I'm doing it. I don't think I ever like rent.
But wait till you finally acquire your dream home and you paying your first mortgage on your dream home. That's gonna be the best check you ever wrote in your life.
I believe it, because I ain't gonna lie, the first rent I paid, man, I was so happy to write, like, here y'all go. Y'all take that. So I believe that for sure. Like, and I can't wait to get that first mortgage and that first property. Man, we got to do a part 2. Absolutely. And I'm telling you, you need to do a seminar. You need to do a seminar. You talk
You write it up and y'all put it together and I'll be there.
My sis is the best.
You got me on camera saying, I'm promising, guys, I'm going to do it. Trust me. And if anybody truly know me, know that it's so outside of my character, because I am so genuine about what I say and what I mean that I don't need cameras for me to elevate you. Or
because we was having a whole conversation 100%. Before the cameras came on. Yeah, but you was giving me that game.
I'm promising now on the camera, if y'all bring it to my attention, we'll do it.
All right. We gotta, me and my producer gonna work that out. Miss Ginger, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, man. I just want to tell you thank you so much because you're a busy woman, obviously, and you took the time out to come all the way to Pompano to see me.
And it was a struggle. I was like,
husband, she's Lord. Fine. She's safe. We're in the gentrified side. She's good. I'm just so honored, and I just thank
part of Exit 36. Hi, babe.
Exit 36. That's really Pompano. He really from Pompano. They be saying that. But yeah, man, and your kind words. Thank you so much, because every time you see my pics, every time you're on my story, whatever you see, you always give me those kind words. And I'm telling you, coming from you, after spending all those weeks with you on that Zoom and just finding out who you are and what you do, it means everything to me. Aww. It means everything to me. So we're going to figure out that seminar, how we going to do it. And I want to do a part 2, though, because I think you got more to say. So we're going to try to get Miss Ginger for a part 2. Other than that, y'all know how it goes. You want to shout out anything, give any websites or any social medias or anything like that?
You can follow me actually on my personal Instagram, which is the Business Mogul, but it's BIZ NESS_mogul.
Mm-hmm.
That's the brand trademark, and that's Ginger Coutain on Instagram.
No website yet?
Oh no, not. I have a website for real estate. Yes, but we'll give that on part 2.
Okay.
Because we're doing the rebrand.
Oh
so
yeah. Okay.
I don't want to get the old website,
Yeah.
even though it's phenomenal. It's Ginger Sales Luxury luxury.com. You go on there, you'll see it's the real deal Holyfield.
Trust me, she is the real
Google
deal.
me.
There you go.
Google
her. Google her, because she's the real deal Holyfield.
You Google me.
And y'all already know, per usual, y'all make sure y'all like, y'all make sure y'all comment, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Other than that, this has been the Fara Charles Podcast, and we are